See, everybody cheats.
No.
You don't think so? So people, we've been having a conversation just now about marriage.
Okay.
Right? I think that's your life.
Yes, so we've been talking about marriage, or not marriage, but relationship on a whole, and the whole aspect of cheating. Because he was sharing with me a scenario with somebody who cheated, and he was saying that him not see why them can't forgive each other and get back together.
Yeah.
But me, I say, there are some persons who have boundaries, and they set their boundaries, and there are certain things that they will allow within their relationships, and there are certain things that they just won't allow. There are certain breaking points for them, and while for others, or for me, I might look it over and say, oh, I'll easily forgive the person and move on, or the person might easily forgive me and move on. For some persons, they will not. And that might not be your breaking point, but it is somebody else's breaking point.
Alright, so that is the thing. You said breaking points. So it's more than one thing.
Right, because there are different stuff that persons will allow. Put him in the seat. There are certain things that some persons will allow in their relationship, and for another person they will not allow it. And you just have to accept that for that person, that's what they will not allow. Because just like us, there are some persons who will find themselves in a relationship where the person is abusive, whether physically, emotionally, or
definitely, you know,
whatever aspect, and they will still remain in that relationship. But for you,
no,
you might say you're not going to stay.
Well, that's true. An abusive relationship is like totally out of it. Nobody not supposed to know in our abusive relationship.
But it's the same thing for cheating. I think I'm going to move off. He's not going to stay in this.
I don't think so.
The car is in motion.
That's just one thing. Basically, to me, when we see everybody cheats.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't.
Well, as from a man point of view.
So I can say no.
No to that. That's what you're saying.
But cheating, as I said, cheating for different person means different thing.
How you approach it.
Because for you, in your head, you might just think that cheating only come about when you have a penile, vaginal penetration. While for me, you can cheat emotionally. Because if you're there for somebody emotionally and you're disconnected with your partner emotionally,
so
that's a part of cheating. That's where it begins.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
So will that allow a person to break up with another person?
No, well, the emotional cheating aspect, well, for me, because I can't speak for anybody else, for me, I would more be readily forgiving or confront the person about it and talk to the person and find out what is happening and all of that. But the minute you reach a point where you feel comfortable enough to step outside of the boundaries of the relationship, step outside of the security of the relationship, then what's there to talk about?
There's a lot of things to talk about. Even if it's one or two things within a relationship, there's a lot of things that brought you guys together. There's like a million and one things.
There are many things we're going to talk about, but getting back is not one of them. I'm sorry.
So why leaving in the first place? Talk about it. Let's see if we can work something out.
We can talk about it, but
I mean, the trust is not going to be there.
And that's the reason why. I don't know, because if
you can build it.
Listen, I know me, and I honestly, I do not easily trust people. And for you to break my trust, it is going to take too much to rebuild. Honestly, and the time I go rebuild it with you, it makes sense. I go find somebody else and start afresh. It's the honest truth.
You know that me can't like. You have a nice 10 year ago, 5, 10.
And that's the
years
thing,
ago.
and that is the thing why so many persons stay in abusive relationship, because I can't waste 10 years, I can't waste 20 years. Like,
But it's
you're
not
not
about
dead.
wasting it.
You're not
but it's
dead.
all
Life
about
goes on. You can continue. You can find somebody new. You have to listen.
You have to build another thing with that person, and it might not be what you're used to.
It doesn't matter. You have to reach a point where you value yourself. Listen to me, ladies. I am talking to you, cause I don't know who I'm talk to, but I'm talking to you. You have to value yourself enough to know what it is that you want for yourself. Value yourself enough to know that even if I have to start over, it is starting over on my premises. It is starting over, and you have to put your happiness first and foremost. Why since you're staying in one relationship where, I mean, the person never respect you enough to come and say to you that, hey, Shaq, I am having a situation where I don't feel valued in this relationship enough, or I don't feel whatever.
Is this a relief moment?
What are some of the reasons men cheat? Because I don't know.
Basically, the number one thing is friends.
Sex. Like,
you could
whatever lame excuses you guys come up with. If you cannot value your partner enough to confront them and let them know that, hey, this is what is happening. Because the truth is, and we have to admit it, is that sometimes you're in a relationship, and it's whether long term or short term, and I mean, it can hit a quote unquote boring phase, or a stagnant phase, or a phase where you feel as if you can get more out of each other, but it's just not there. Do you walk out on your partner? No. And that's what I'm saying. You have a mature conversations, because a mature people must be in relationship either way. So why are you going to sit here and tell me that if that individual cannot be mature enough to confront his or her partner and say, look, this is the way I am feeling, and I am feeling as if things don't change, then there's a part of me that feel like I want to experience something else outside of this relationship. Then in return, the person you're telling should value your opinion enough to want to be a better person in the relationship, to enhance the relationship, to meet you, to know that, hey, this person actually had a conversation with me.
I understand everything that you're having about, you're talking about having a conversation with your partner or what's not. But there are some people out there
where those things a men must get a pass for when cheating.
No, me not can go for a woman too, because a woman cheat too.
Alright.
So
Alright. Let's look at it. You're a teacher, right? And for every exam you set, you have the same student cheating. How do you approach that? Do you confront the student, or do you overlook it and keep giving the child the mark, even though you know that the child is cheating?
I will confront the
My point child. Exactly. So why when it comes down to the relationship, then I should pretend as if, oh, you did a good job. You did a good job. And yes, the thing what I honestly don't like is when females tend to blame themselves. Oh, I am the reason why he cheated. I am the reason why he left. I wasn't combing my hair properly. I wasn't cooking the best food. I wasn't giving him the best sex. No. Don't sell yourself that. Oh, I am the reason why he cheated. I am the reason why he left. I wasn't combing my hair properly. I wasn't cooking the best food. I wasn't giving him the best sex.
Fling up, why? Up, all of that.
Skin out anywhere you want to give it. You can stop at every bush, every seaside, every river bank. Give them on the rocks, anywhere at all, and they will still cheat. If you give them the best food, cooked down in diamond sauce, a man that thinks he can cheat and get away with it will cheat. Unless you put down your foot, they will cheat. I mean, we can't stop. I can't stop a man from cheating. You can't stop a woman from cheating. But what you do after being cheated on is what matters to me. Because I am not going to sit down I'm not going to sit down and put tabs and my husband every move and say, oh, I want to know this, I want to know that. Every time him phone ring, I want to see who is calling and.
Alright, so cheating aside, right?
But if and when it happens and it has come to my knowledge, how I deal with it is what matters.
How would you deal with it if you realize that your husband cheated on you?
The same way I've dealt with it in the past. Where I've been cheated on in a relationship, and the minute I found out, I stepped.
You found out and you had a talk.
And honestly,
you did not have that talk. That's the thing.
I did not.
That's the thing. That's what you're getting at.
No,
because if you had that talk,
the reason why I didn't have the talk is because I suspected it, and
you didn't come forward with it.
Right.
But which
and then
one
the source,
hold
up. Then the source that I got it from, it was a valid, like, you can't override them source there.
I'm gonna say that now.
You can't override that.
Friends.
You can't override that source. And then we actually had the conversation. Eventually, we had the conversation.
After
but
that's
right. That's after the relationship has ended, and of course, him admit to everything and apologize. And I mean, we talk because
so
that's me. I am not going
if,
to hold grudges against you because you choose your destiny, I choose mine.
Even though the guy is not confronting you about cheating, you knew about it or you know about it.
No, well, I wouldn't say I know. I suspected it. But until the person came to me and give me the receipts that match up with mine that I had in my head, I didn't know. No, I can't say I know. I suspected.
All right, so.
But I mean, I had to value myself enough to know that.
And
the boy don't work my happiness. Him don't work my happiness. Him don't work my happiness. I'm gonna go step. No, I'm not gonna step and ball and. No, I mean, you can understand.
I'm not gonna say you're not to be happy. You're supposed to stay in that relationship.
I can understand somebody who has been married for 20 years, 30 years, and you're saying, boy, this is a whole lot of years we invest and all of that, but. I don't know, to each their own. Forgiveness is good. And one of the things that I've learned in life is that forgiveness doesn't mean that you have to remain in the same position. That's it. Because I have forgiven the person. Because we talk now, it's just that we don't talk in that light. I can speak to him freely. Because, I mean, I am not going to allow you to hold on to my happiness in such a way that every time I see you, I get so upset and angry and no.
Well, all right. So if it's like as you say, you found out, right, and you just step.
Right.
So it was just an one case thing that you know about.
I'm not going to give you. What am I going to do? Sit down and give you 10 chances? Think about it.
It's the first it's been happening. It's the first it happened, right?
I don't know.
Well, it's the first you know about it.
And the reality is persons who are cheating. Are you going to admit that you're cheating?
No.
No, you're not going to admit that you're cheating. Nobody is going to admit that they're cheating unless they really don't want the relationship. They'll tell you that, look.
Yeah,
I'm cheating.
You know, so yeah.
It's not working out, but nobody not gonna readily.
So talking from a 10, 15, 20 year thing now, yeah, that's somebody that talk for you long, right?
And this, Willie, this is the thing for me. I do not put years on my relationship.
You guys have been building something.
The fact that I have decided to date you means that. Alright guys, we're going to take a break because baby Micah is getting a bit rowdy.
Not true.
So we'll be back. Alright guys, so the baby is a bit settled now, so we'll be continuing our conversation while driving because it's getting late. So it's time to go home. But yeah, we are still on the whole idea of cheating. And I don't want you guys to get me wrong, you know. I am a forgiving person, or I try to be. and for whatever reason I might find in the future, or whatever spell might fall on me, and I could find myself in such a position. I mean,
being cheated on after so long.
I would. No, I mean, it doesn't have to be that I'm cheated, and it could be that I cheat on somebody.
Or you cheated, so
Right,
yeah.
because nobody is perfect. But again, as I said, it all boils down to what you're willing to accept within your relationship. That's pretty much it. Because like I keep saying, I am not going to tell, for instance, if a friend of mine should contact me and say, hey, my partner is cheating on me, and this is what is happening, or whatever, what should I do? It is not my place to tell you what to do. You already know what to do. All it now requires of you is just to gain the strength
to
to do what you know you ought to do. I cannot tell anybody.
Don't just throw away everything that you've built. That's all I'm saying. Don't throw it away. Assess the situation first. Look into yourself. See where you go wrong. Or let's
Where
just say,
you go wrong,
see if you
have
see
been
where
cheated and you're looking
No.
on yourself to see where you go wrong.
No, you can't go wrong, you
No.
You have to look into yourself and say, all right, am I the person that went wrong in this relationship? Why this person went outside to cheat?
And that is
Did I not do something right?
That is what I am saying. If you go out and cheat, I am not going to look at myself and ask myself what I did wrong. Nope. My pride is not going to allow me to do that. It is not set up.
Say your arm. Are you?
Nope. I have never.
You lock shop on man.
Listen now.
A man go there go get it because you lock a shop on him.
No. Alright. I am not saying that you persons, whether female or male, might not do things in the relationship to contribute to such a behavior, but I am of this opinion. Whatever character you have it irrespective of whatever you face. If you have integrity, you have integrity. There are myriads of persons who have been given opportunity over and over again to cheat, and they chose not to. Why? Even persons who are in situations where they're not treated the best way, they still decided not to, because it's about character, it's about integrity, it's about who that person is. How a person treats you in a relationship does not change your character.
So it starts out from the person you're dating.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying, and that is why, if that is your character, who am I to tell you to change it? Keep it pushing. Because, alright, think about it. Haven't you been in a relationship where you think it was the best, and then you break up the relationship and form another one, and you realize that, hey, I was missing out because this is now my best?
No, but I've broken up relationship before.
Hold on. That's the thing with us as individuals. We are afraid to venture into new things. We are afraid to venture into the unknown, and unless we find ourselves in a position where we can break that cycle, we find out that a lot of us are missing out on relationships that are awaiting us. We have not yet experienced our greatest. There are a lot of persons are in relationships that they are not happy, but yet still they're holding on to it because, like you are saying, they have invested 10 and 20 and 30 years in it.
Compromise?
No.
Of course. You have to do those things, you know.
You can compromise. There are many things in life I am willing to compromise, and my happiness is not one of them. And your happiness should not be one of them. Do not compromise your happiness for anybody. Whether you have invested many years, whether you are married, it doesn't matter.
So would you make one thing?
Your happiness? No.
I mean, yes, it's all getting rid of somebody when somebody cheat on you. A broken up relationship when never you cheated, right? But it's just one thing. That's the whole. My head is surrounded around that thing. Just one thing, and that's cheating, right? But there are many other things in that relationship that you can gravitate.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
But
different
you can't
persons,
be lenient
different,
on
listen
someone
up,
cheating.
different persons have different things in their relationship. So I don't want the video to go too long. So let's just give the viewers our final thought on all this. What's your final thought?
Cool. Alright, so for me, it's basically you're in a relationship. Try to maintain it, especially if you got to that point where you're married. Right? Try to maintain it. Try to keep it as tight as you can. If it's something that you can work out, please work it out. Find a marriage counselor or somebody to help you with that journey. Don't just throw away something that you've been doing for, you know, quite some time. Yeah.
Alright, this is my final take. Right? Don't cheat. Save your relationship. Dumb. You must not surrender something to turn. Guys, do not cheat. Ladies, do not cheat. If you find yourself in a one relationship where things are go or you don't want it to go, pack up. Leave.
Yo.
There's no two way about it. If you're not happy, you're just not happy. Or seek counseling like him say. But if you reach a point where you feel say only by going outside your relationship you can get that happiness where you look for, no bother with it. So bye guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks for staying on the journey. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. Until then.